Well, good morning, everyone. This is Tech for Senior. This is September the 30th. It's a cool morning in Comox, British Columbia, but it is not raining and it looks like it's going to be a nice day. So it is a fall day though. And as we move into fall, I just want to remind everybody that there's only 87 days till Christmas. I'll just remind you that. And I do have some Christmas suggestions for you today. That's one of the videos that you'll be seeing today. So welcome everyone. We have a big show for you today. Lots of interesting things to talk about. Great presentations. Before we get there, though, I just want to remind everybody about our premiere version today. We have, of course, have our video that will be on at hour. Hewie is going to talk about how to wipe out and restore your PC. I'm going to talk about purchase considerations for a Mac as we move into Black Friday and shopping season now. It's very interesting that the Swiss cheese holes have all lined up and they're predicting a massive purchasing because the interest rate's low, economy is coming up, things are changing, and they are predicting a big year for purchasing technology. So lots of interesting things coming. And then Bob's going to talk about computer sounds, all those little things, little beeps and bumps and noises your computer makes. They all mean something actually, which is really crazy. They all mean sometimes they don't mean good things. Sometimes they can mean very bad things. Anyway, Bob's going to tell you all about that in one of his really great videos. I really like that. So that will all be on hour. And I'll be putting the link in the chat. I'm doing a brief introduction to everyone today, and then we're going to get on with the show early because it is a big show. Hewie, how's things going with you? How did your AI talk go on Friday?
We had a really good session. I had a video that had about 9 different items, tools that most of us had not heard of before. And I went through, it was a video and I went through a couple at a time and then we talked about them. And so there's a lot of really neat stuff coming out in the AI world and it's changing every day.
There you go. And Bob, things going okay with you?
Yep. By you, it's getting cooler at night, but we're still getting up to the 90s during the day. So,
oh, really? So
yep.
hot, eh?
Yep.
All right. And Bill James, what's on for tomorrow for our gadget? Oh, did you get that popcorn maker that you?
I did.
You got to do a video about that.
I've made 2 batches of popcorn.
Is it worth the price tag?
I think so. It tastes really like theater popcorn. It's nothing like having popcorn popped on the stove rather than in the microwave.
Well, you got to do a video about this because I did one on your the Popco one, and I use that every night, or well, not every night, but I use that all the time. So you got to just do a quick little video. We'll play that.
I will try to do that. Yes.
Yeah, and then let us know how it turns out. And then, of course, Ray, Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, he died yesterday, and so you can anticipate a music presentation coming up with him in mind.
There you go. Well, thanks, Ray. And you've got a presentation coming up as well.
Yep.
Okay. And then, of course, Chris and Jim. Well, I don't know where Chris is. Jim's here.
Chris is out there. We have a dentist appointment, and that's going to happen. But she can hear us, and so be careful what you say.
Be careful.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Be careful. Oh, yeah. It could be a problem. But good. Yeah, we did a show yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, a little bit of quiet at the beginning. We had some sound issues, right? But the show's good. Thanks.
Good. All right. Let's get on with our show today because we have a lot of things happening. And Bob, do you want to take it away?
Here is my tech talk for the week ending September 27th, 2024. And this week's topic is password managers, why you need one, and how to choose the right one. Imagine losing everything, not your house, not your car, but your entire digital life. One weak password and boom, your bank, email, and social media are all compromised in seconds. Scary, right? And yet many of us still rely on the same password we've had since, well, the dawn of time. But hey, it's not your fault. Passwords can be a headache. What if I told you there's a way to make this security nightmare disappear? Stay with me because we're about to dive into something that will revolutionize the way you protect your digital world. Password managers. Yep, these handy tools are the unsung heroes that keep your private data safe, organized, and ready to go with a single click. Why should you care? Because the internet's not getting any safer, but your digital life can be. So let's get right to it. What are password managers and why on earth do you need one? The importance of password managers. Passwords are the gatekeepers to your digital life. Every app, every website, every service wants a password. And if you're like most people, you've got a few favorites you recycle. Maybe a combination of a pet's name and a birthday. But here's the kicker. Hackers love that. Predictable patterns? They eat those for breakfast. That's where password managers come in. These magical tools generate, store, and manage complex, unique passwords for every site you visit. In short, they do the heavy lifting while you relax and never have to remember another password again. How password managers work. Picture this. Instead of remembering 57 different passwords, you remember just one, the master password. Your password manager handles the rest. It encrypts all your login details into a secure vault, which only you can access. And when you need to log into a site, one click and your password manager fills in the details for you. But here's where it gets even better. Some password managers now support passkeys. What are passkeys, you ask? They're the next evolution in password security. Passkeys let you log in using biometric data, like your fingerprint or Face ID, instead of a traditional password. This makes it practically impossible for hackers to break into your accounts because you're the only one who can unlock them. It's faster, more secure, and trust me, way cooler. Using the right password manager. Now I know what you're thinking. There are a ton of password managers out there. How do you choose the right one? Let's break it down. Security features. You want one that uses top-tier encryption. Look for AES 256 encryption. It's the same kind that banks and governments use. Bonus points if it includes two-factor authentication and passkey support, adding that extra layer of security. Cross-platform support. Does it work on your phone, tablet, and computer? Because you want a password manager that's as flexible as your digital habits. Ease of use. This isn't meant to be rocket science. The best password managers make things easy. Look for intuitive interfaces, autofill capabilities, and simple setup processes. And with passkeys, logging in will feel like magic, quick and secure. Syncing across devices. Let's face it, we use multiple devices every day. Your password manager should seamlessly sync across all of them so you can access your passwords anytime, anywhere. Backup and recovery options. In case you forget your master password, it happens to the best of us. You want a password manager that offers secure recovery options. Cost. Many password managers offer free versions, but premium features often come with a price. Decide what you need and what you're willing to invest. Your digital security is worth it, right? The best password managers. Okay, so you're sold on the idea. But which ones are worth checking out? Let's list some of the top contenders. Dashlane, a slick, easy-to-use manager that offers password health scores and dark web monitoring. If your credentials show up on the dark web, Dashlane will let you know. They also support passkey features, making your login experience faster and more secure. This is the password manager I use. LastPass, known for its strong encryption and cross-platform compatibility. LastPass offers both free and premium versions. It also has a secure password sharing feature, making it easy to safely share logins with family or colleagues. LastPass has even begun rolling out passkey support to future-proof your logins. 1Password. This one's for those who want extra customization. 1Password has vaults for different types of data, like credit cards and IDs, and even supports travel mode, which removes sensitive info from your devices when you're crossing borders. Plus, it's passkey ready. Bitwarden, an open-source password manager that's perfect for those who want maximum security without the hefty price tag. It offers premium features, but is one of the most budget-friendly options out there. And yes, Bitwarden also supports passkeys. Keeper. Keeper offers high-end security with biometric login options, like fingerprint and facial recognition, adding a futuristic touch to your password game. Passkey support is available, making it a top-tier choice for those looking to stay ahead of the curve. Common concerns about password managers. Wait a second, you might say. Aren't password managers just putting all your eggs in one basket? Great question. And the answer is not really. A password manager is only as strong as the master password you choose. And if that password is complex and secure, you've got nothing to worry about. Add two-factor authentication and passkey options, and you're golden. Some people are also weary about trusting a service with all their sensitive info. But remember, these tools are designed to protect you with end-to-end encryption. Your data is stored in a way that even the password manager company can't access it. Conclusion: why you need one now. Password managers aren't just a convenience, they're a necessity in today's digital world. With the sheer number of accounts we all juggle, using a single password for everything just isn't safe anymore. Stay safe, stay secure, and remember that a password manager gives you security, ease, and peace of mind, all wrapped up in one neat little package. It's like having your very own personal cybersecurity assistant. And trust me, once you start using one, especially with passkey support, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. You'll find the video of today's Tech Talk at the link listed. Did you know? Your hike through the grocery store to get to basic staples like sugar and flour isn't accidental. Modern grocery store layouts are designed so that shoppers have to walk past more profitable products before reaching staple items in the back and outer aisles. There is no official definition for the building term skyscraper, and the term is generally used to describe buildings relative to each other. A building that towers over the skyline in St. Louis might be called a skyscraper by the locals, but wouldn't be considered such by New Yorkers. The pattern of your tongue surface is as unique as your fingerprints, but thankfully fingerprinting caught on before tongue printing, so none of us have to lick a stamp pad. Just thought you might like to know. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. thanks to Muhammad Ali. And that's a wrap for this week's Tech Talk and Beyond. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for reading, watching, and listening.
Thanks, Bob. Good information. I'm sure there'll be lots of questions. I see there's some stuff coming up in the chat already. So a good topic and well done. So hopefully there'll be lots of questions in the Q&A. Now let's go to Bill James. Bill James is going to talk about Windows 11 personalization, and I'm always interested in Bill's comments because I learn something every time. So Bill, I'm anxious to listen and see what you have to say.
Hey everybody, Bill James here, Tech for Senior, and let's talk Windows 11. It's the newest version of Windows, and it's all about making your computer not just a tool, but an extension of yourself. Windows 11 is designed to be more intuitive, more user-friendly, and more customizable than any version before it. That means making it look exactly how you want. You can change the wallpaper, adjust the themes, and even tweak the colors to match your mood or style. Windows 11 is super powerful, but it can also be super personal. You can set it up to work the way you do with virtual desktops, snap layouts, and more. We're not just talking about performance, we're talking about a seamless experience that feels uniquely yours. Imagine having a workspace that adapts to your needs, whether you're working, gaming, or just browsing the web. Think of it like this. You wouldn't buy a brand new car and never change the radio station, right? You'd set it to your favorite channels, adjust the seat, and make it comfortable for you. This guide is here to make sure your Windows 11 experience is top-notch from the second you boot up. We'll walk you through the setup process, show you how to customize your settings, and help you get the most out of your new OS. Ready to dive in? Let's go. We'll explore the new features, the improved performance, and the enhanced security that Windows 11 brings to the table. All right, let's get this show on the road and turn your Windows 11 into something truly spectacular. From the new Start menu to the integrated Microsoft Teams, there's so much to discover. So buckle up and let's make your Windows 11 experience one to remember. First things first, we got to find where all the cool customization stuff is hiding. Don't worry, it's easier than building a PC, probably. Right-click anywhere on your desktop. That's the main screen you see after your computer turns on. You'll see a menu pop up. Look for Personalize at the middle of the menu and click it. Boom. Welcome to your personalization hub. This is where the magic happens, folks. From backgrounds to colors, it's all here. It's time to transform that desktop from blah to bam. Ready? Let's go. Ready? The desktop background is like the wallpaper of your digital house. Let's make it awesome. In the personalization settings, you'll see Background. Click it. You can choose a picture, a solid color, or even a slideshow of pictures. Want to use your own picture? Click Browse Photos, find your favorite photo and click Choose Picture. Bam! New background. Remember, your background should make you happy. Choose something that you love to look at. Next up, Colors, Windows. 11 lets you choose the colors of your Windows buttons and more. Go back to your personalization settings and look for colors. Click it. You'll see a bunch of options. You can choose a pre-made color theme, or you can create your own. Feel free to experiment. If you want Windows to choose colors based on your background, turn on Automatically Pick an Accent Color from My Background. Remember, the right colors can make your computer feel more like you. Theme Time pre-built styles for easy makeovers. Themes are like pre-designed outfits for your computer. They change your background, colors, and even sounds all at once. Back in your personalization settings, click on Themes. You'll see a bunch of pre-made themes. Click on one to see a preview. If you like it, click Apply. Themes are a great way to quickly change the entire look and feel of your computer. Lock screen lowdown, what you see before you start. The lock screen is the first thing you see when you turn on your computer. Let's make it awesome. Go back to the main personalization settings. This time click on lock screen. Just like with the background, you can choose a picture, a slideshow, or even a Windows Spotlight image that changes every day. You can also add quick status to your lock screen. This lets you see things like the weather or your calendar without even unlocking your computer. Widget wonders. Information at your fingertips. Widgets are like mini apps that live on your desktop. They provide quick access to essential information and tools without the need to open full applications. They can show you the news, keeping you updated with the latest headlines and stories from around the world. The weather, so you can plan your day accordingly. Your calendar, to keep track of important events and appointments, and more. You can find widgets by clicking the widgets icon on your taskbar. This icon is conveniently located for easy access. It looks like a little square made of smaller squares, making it easily recognizable among other icons. Click the widgets icon and a panel will slide out from the left side of your screen. This panel is your gateway to a world of information and functionality. You can add or remove widgets based on your preferences, rearrange them to suit your workflow, and even resize them to fit your needs. Widgets are a great way to stay informed without having to open a bunch of different apps. They streamline your desktop experience, making it more efficient and user-friendly. For instance, you can set up a to-do list widget to keep track of your daily tasks and check them off as you complete them. Or, if you're into finance, a stock market widget can provide real-time updates on your investments. You can even customize your news feed to show stories from your favorite sources, ensuring you get the information that matters most to you. Sports enthusiasts can keep track of scores and updates from their favorite teams with a sports widget. And for a personal touch, you can set up a photo widget to display a slideshow of your favorite memories. The possibilities are endless with widgets on Windows 11. They offer a customizable and convenient way to access the information and tools you need right at your fingertips. Embrace the power of widgets and transform your desktop into a hub of productivity and information. With widgets, everything you need is just a click away, making your digital life simpler and more organized. Sound off picking your audio identity. Sound might not seem like a visual thing, but it plays a big part in how you experience your computer. To change your sound settings, go back to the main settings menu and click System, and then Sound. Here, you can change things like your system sounds, your input and output devices, and your microphone settings. You can even choose different sounds for different events, like getting a new email or plugging in a device. Mouse magic, clicking and scrolling your way. Your mouse is your trusty sidekick in the world of Windows. It's the tool that helps you navigate through your digital life with ease and precision. Whether you're browsing the web, working on a document, or playing your favorite game, your mouse is always there to assist you. Let's make sure it's working exactly how you like it. Customizing your mouse settings can greatly enhance your productivity and comfort. Go back to the main Settings app by pressing the Windows key on your keyboard and typing Settings. This is your gateway to personalizing your Windows experience. Click on the Settings app. Once you're in, you'll see a variety of options that allow you to tweak and tune your system to your liking. In the Settings app, click on Bluetooth and Devices. This section is where you can manage all your connected devices, including your mouse. Then click on Mouse. Here you'll find all the settings related to your mouse. Here you can change things like your primary mouse button, left or right-handed, your scroll speed and your cursor speed. Adjusting these settings can make your mouse more responsive and comfortable to use. You can even change your mouse pointer to something more fun, adding a touch of personality to your computer, like a different color or a cool shape. This can make your cursor easier to see and more enjoyable to use. Experiment with different options until you find the perfect look and feel for your mouse pointer. Remember, your mouse is an extension of you, so make it as unique as you are. Once you've made your changes, take a moment to test them out. Move your cursor around and see how it feels. If something doesn't feel right, you can always go back and make further adjustments. With the right settings, your mouse can become an even more powerful tool, making your time on the computer more efficient and enjoyable. So, take the time to customize it to your liking and enjoy the enhanced experience. Make it yours, unleashing your inner Windows wizard. So there you have it. That's how you personalize your Windows 11 experience. Remember, your computer is your digital space. Make it a place you love to be. Don't be afraid to experiment with different settings until you find what you like best. And most importantly, have fun with it. I'm Bill James, Tech for Senior. Thanks for watching and listening. Now go forth and make Windows 11 truly yours.
I love the accent, Bill. Was that David Attenborough?
Well, I apologize that I had no choice.
Well, I thought it was good. I thought it was sort of cool. That was good. All right.
Well, thank you.
I enjoyed that. Probably something you want to go back and play again and again to so that, because there's a lot of information there. But well done. Well done. I think your video creative inner self is getting better and better and better.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, there you go. And then, okay, Ray, you're going to talk about creating a PowerPoint presentation with Copilot Pro.
Yes, and following Bill, all I can say is cheerio. All right, let me see if I can make this work. Today's presentation is going to really be a two-purpose one. The first part is explaining a little bit about Microsoft Copilot Pro and how to use that to create a PowerPoint presentation. And then the presentation will be on cookies. Regular and super, what's the difference? So the focus on the topic and the presentation method. The topic for today is cookies and super cookies, which came to my attention last week when my local computer club met and a presentation on this subject was provided by member Todd Longfellow. In addition to the verbal presentation, Todd provided a multi-page document explaining the types of super cookies and what they do that makes them more evasive and thus dangerous as they monitor a user's online behavior. Since I had not heard the term super cookie before, I thought this might make a useful presentation for Tech for Senior. More importantly, I was going to use the Microsoft Pro application for the first time to create the PowerPoint presentation. This is Microsoft Copilot Pro. So the Microsoft Copilot has actually 3 versions that users can use. The first one is the Copilot Pre. The PRE is short for preview, and that provides limited AI functionality, and that has the icon found on the extreme right-hand side of the system tray on your Windows PC, right by the clock. Now, a little bit more extensive version, it's simply called Copilot, can be downloaded from the Microsoft Store if it has not already been added to your PC within an update. The familiar multicolor icon now shows up on the left-hand side of the taskbar without the initials PRE. Now, Copilot Pro, that costs $20 monthly, and that works with the various Microsoft applications, such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and others. And that can be downloaded when signed into your Microsoft Office 365 account. I took advantage of the 30-day trial for Copilot Pro and loaded it on my computer. Now I had to give prompts for Copilot Pro as to what I wanted. So my first prompt said, create a presentation about regular cookies and super cookies as they relate to storing files on personal computers. Include comments about the dangers of super cookies. And then I gave it a second prompt. Add a slide that discussed the necessary measures to take to stay safe online from super cookies. Okay, this first trial for me, the results were not perfect, but they were pretty good. The chosen font was perhaps acceptable for those viewing on a Zoom session, but if this was an in-person meeting, they gave me this Bierstadt 14. That was too small, so I increased it to 20 point. Some information was repeated almost word for word, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I decided not to change the wording. Now, I just prefer to see the titles centered on the page, which I had to do manually along with other minor cosmetic changes. Otherwise, the following is what Copilot Pro provided, saving me considerable time compared to my creating such a presentation from scratch. I'll be watching various Copilot Pro YouTube videos, and I'm sure the next time will be even better. Cookies and super cookies in personal computers. A look at two types of file storage. Now, regular cookies, they're small text files that websites store on a user's computer to track online activities and preferences. They are commonly used for authentication, session management, and personalization of website content. Super cookies, also known as flash cookies, are similar to regular cookies, but they are more difficult to detect and remove. They can store more data and are often used to track users' online activities across multiple websites without their knowledge or consent. So again, the regular cookies are stored on the user's computer. They're stored there by a website to help them remember user preferences, login information, and other data that helps provide a personalized experience. Regular cookies help websites remember user preferences, such as language settings, font size preferences, and other settings. And regular cookies help websites remember user login information, such as a username and password. So what are cookies? Well, cookies are small text files that are used by websites to store user preferences, login information, and other data that helps provide a personalized experience. And then there are two types of cookies, session cookies and persistent cookies. Session cookies are temporary and are deleted when the user closes the browser, while persistent cookies remain on the user's computer for a longer period of time. Now, how do they work? Well, when a user visits a website, the site sends a cookie to the user's computer, which is stored in the user's hard drive and can be accessed by the website during future visits. Cookies are stored on the user's hard drive and can be accessed by the website during future visits. They can be used to remember user preferences, login information, and other data. Cookies can be deleted by the user at any time using their browser settings. This can be done to clear browsing history, remove login information, or prevent tracking. Now, super cookies and their dangers. Super cookies, also known as flash cookies, are a type of cookie that are stored in the Adobe Flash Player. They are more powerful than regular cookies and can be used to track user behavior across multiple websites. These flash cookies are a type of super cookie that are stored in the Adobe Flash Player. They are capable of tracking user behavior across multiple websites and can be more difficult to delete than regular cookies. Now, super cookies can track user behavior across multiple websites, even after a user has deleted their regular cookies. This can be a major privacy concern for users and can lead to the collection and misuse of personal data. Super cookies can be used to store malware or other harmful content on a user's computer. This can lead to serious security and privacy issues for users. So we want to stay safe online from super cookies? Well, do the following. Delete your browsing history regularly to clear out cookies. Use browser extensions or tools to block super cookies. Read the privacy policy of websites before using them to understand their data collection and sharing practices. Use private browsing or incognito mode when browsing the internet. Keep your browser updated to take advantage of security improvements. And also use anti-malware software to detect and remove any harmful content on your computer. So in conclusion, regular cookies are helpful in providing a personalized experience on websites, but super cookies can be a privacy and security concern for users. It is important to understand the difference between the two and take necessary measures to stay safe online.
Thanks, Ray. I think that we'll probably have lots of questions about that. I know I have a few for you, but we'll deal with those in the Q&A. Good
Okay, good
presentation.
enough.
Yep, good presentation. And did it came into PowerPoint, it made all the slides for you. Cool, eh?
Yep. I'll
Amazing.
talk more later.
Amazing, eh? All right. Huey, Mr.
Yes, I
Apple,
talked-
Mr. Apple, Mr. Apple,
Yeah, today-
iPad.
Today I'm wearing my Apple hat, but last week I also did one on creating the presentation using Microsoft Copilot and Word, and I really liked doing that. It really did a nice job, and it did also with Ray's. All right, let me go ahead and set myself up here. iPad OS 18 transforms iPad into a powerhouse for work and play. I'm Hewie Poplock. Apple's latest update, iPad OS 18, brings a host of exciting new features to compatible iPads, focusing on productivity, privacy, and user experience. Here are 10 additions that are set to transform how you use your iPad. 1. Smart Notes, your new meeting assistant. The Notes app has received a major upgrade with audio recording and real-time transcription capabilities. Imagine capturing every word of your meeting or lectures, instantly converted into searchable text. But that's not all. Apple's AI can now help you create tables, lists, and summaries based on your notes, making organization a breeze. 2. Calculator, not just for numbers. After years of waiting, iPad users finally have a native calculator app. But this isn't your average number cruncher. It supports math notes, allowing you to evaluate expressions, assign variables, and even plot graphs. Need to convert units or currencies? You can do that with the Calculator app. Fort Knox for your apps. Privacy takes center stage with the new app locking and hiding feature. Using Face ID, Touch ID, or a passcode, you can now secure sensitive apps from prying eyes. Hidden apps are tucked away in a special album within the app library, ensuring your data remains confidential. 4. FaceTime. Share more than just smiles. FaceTime leaps forward with screen sharing capabilities. Whether you're collaborating on a project, giving a presentation, or providing tech support, you can now share your screen during calls. The remote control feature even allows you to navigate someone else's iPad, offering hands-on assistance from afar. 5. Control Center. Your iPad, your way. The redesigned Control Center offers unprecedented customization. Add more options, integrate third-party apps, and tailor your quick access menu to your liking. It's all about streamlining your iPad experience to match your unique needs. 6. Photos app, a picture-perfect overhaul. Managing your photo library just got easier. The Photos app now boasts a utility section for handling hidden, recently deleted, and duplicate photos. The redesigned interface makes better use of the iPad's spacious screen, turning photo organization from a chore into a pleasure. 7. Safari, a cleaner browsing experience. Say goodbye to distracting web elements. Safari now lets you hide ads, sidebars, comment sections, and other clutter, allowing you to focus on the content that matters. It's like having a personal web page cleaner at your fingertips. 8. Apple TV Plus. Dive deeper into your shows. Introducing the new Insight feature for Apple TV Plus, similar to Amazon's X-Ray. Get instant information about actors, characters, and music while watching your favorite shows and movies. It's like having a film buff friend always ready to share interesting tidbits. 9. Health app, tailored to your wellness journey. The Health app now offers more customization options. Prioritize the metrics that matter most to you, set personalized goals, and create custom dashboards. It's your health data presented your way. 10. iCloud Dashboard, your digital life organized. Managing your iCloud settings is now a breeze with the redesigned dashboard. Get detailed breakdowns of your storage usage, backup information, and quick access to iCloud Plus features. It's like having a personal assistant for your digital storage needs. iPad OS 18 is more than just an update. It's a significant leap forward in making your iPad an indispensable tool for work and play. From enhanced productivity features to improved privacy controls, a more intuitive user experience, these new additions ensure that your iPad remains at the cutting edge of technology. So update your device and start exploring these exciting new features today.
There you go. Well done. Well done. Interesting. There was a question, would Microsoft Word Copilot work on a Mac? And I'm sure that it was. I looked that up, and it certainly will work on a Mac as well. All right. Okay. Let's get on. I have a Christmas present suggestion for everyone. So here's. Let me just share my screen and see what we've got here. It is September 29th, and there are only 88 more days till Christmas. Yes, so you better get shopping. Today I want to talk about a special gift that I made this week, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It all is about printing on Google Photos. I wanted to share a personal experience with you and show you the picture that I created and how I did it in Google Photos. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, where we help seniors come up with some great shopping ideas for Christmas presents. But not only Christmas presents, you can use Google Photos, particularly the photo books, as gifts for a lot of different reasons. And over the years, I've printed off a lot of Google Photos books. So let me show you how this works. But one of the key issues is that when you order these pictures from Google Photos or a book or whatever you're going to order, you actually can have it sent directly to the party involved. So it doesn't have to come back to you and then you have to mail away. You can ship it directly wherever you want within the country that you're printing in. Now, you should be aware that this feature is available in Canada and the United States and some selected countries around the world. So you'll have to check and find out which country it is available in. So I was just sitting thinking this week on what I was going to get my grandson for Christmas. Now, I had a very special experience this summer when my family arrived for the summer. My grandson, 7 years old, his name's Julian, talked to me, and my daughter informed me that it was his big wish that he wanted to go to Costco just with Grandpa and have a Costco hot dog. Now, as you probably know, I have a Costco ritual that every Tuesday morning I get up early in the morning and I'm the first person at Costco and I do my shopping. Julian always has been amazed at this and always wanted to go to Costco. This was his big deal. But he heard about these Costco hot dogs. He loves hot dogs and he wanted to go with Grandpa and have a Costco hot dog. He'd never been to Costco before, so this was a unique experience going with Grandpa. Well, we arrived, and of course, he had his hot dog, and I was able to snap a selfie of Julian and Grandpa sitting there having a hot dog. And it turned out to be one of those, special moments and incredible pictures that I got. So I thought this would be a great idea as one of his Christmas presents. I would make him a canvas picture and have it put up in his room for him when he arrived. So this is how I went about it. And again, it's a very simple process, but I just wanted to go over that and show you how I did it. So we're in my Google Photos on my PC. And if you look here to the left, you'll see that this is an album I've made with a few pictures. Let's open the album. And now you see, of course, I have a few pictures I've put in the album. You recognize Jennifer, of course. Again, we're in front of Costco. Here I am with Julian and Jennifer in swimming. But here's the pictures I'm really keen about. This is a picture of Julian sitting there at Costco with his hot dog. But as I turned around and used the selfie camera, this is the picture I took, and this is the one that I really like. I think that's a perfect picture for him for a Christmas present. All right, so let's take a look and see how I went about this. All right, the actual ordering of the print is very simple. All as we do is click the picture, and we'll come over to the right up to the three-dot menu, and we'll come down, and it says Order Canvas Print. That couldn't be easier. Click here, and here we are. We're going to choose what size of print we want. We have a large selection from 8 by 8 to 20 by 20. I'm going to choose 14 by 14. So we'll click. Now, the other thing you should know up here, get free delivery on selected Canada's orders until September 30th. So if you do it in Canada before September 30th, free shipping. All right, so we'll click Next, and here's where you can decide how you want to have the edges placed on your canvas print. So you can either have it such as this, where the picture extends around onto the edge, or you can leave it as white, or you can have it as black. Because of the cropping, I didn't want the top of my head to be wrapped around, so I left it, just left it white. And now we're going to check out. So we click Checkout, and this is the price is $68.99. I think that includes shipping and everything. Let's just have a look here. And as we come up, you'll see the information here. What I want to do is let's come down here, and I want to show you. This because you can now add a delivery address. So we now can choose another delivery option where you can choose where you want it to be sent. And then you can say Save Changes, and off it's mailed. Now, in actual fact, they said the delivery time was going to take about 3 weeks. Mine arrived within 10 days. It came by Canada Post. As you'll see here, it's in a very a nice package. You open it up, it's well wrapped. It comes mounted on the frame with the hanger on the back and all ready to be put up. So it's that easy. So anyway, have a look at this. I wanted to share my experience with you this week. Super easy to do, and I think it is a great option for a Christmas present. Have a great day. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget that like and subscribe, and we'll notify you when we make our next video.
All right, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, iconic figures for the American West. Roy Rogers and Dale Evans were iconic figures in American Western entertainment, known for their work in movies, television, and music. Here's a brief overview of their lives and careers. Roy Rogers was actually born with the name Leonard Franklin Sly on November 5, 1911 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Roy Rogers became known as the King of the Cowboys. He began his career as a singer with the Sons of the Pioneers, popular Western music group. Rogers starred in numerous Western films and television shows, often alongside his horse, Trigger. He was married 3 times, with his third wife being Dale Evans, whom he married on New Year's Eve in 1947. Roy Rogers passed away July 6, 1998. Now, Dale Evans, she was born Frances Octavia Smith on October 31, 1912 in Uvalde, Texas. Dale Evans was known as the Queen of the West. She started her career as a jazz, swing, and big band singer before transitioning to acting. Evans starred in films and television shows with Roy Rogers. They recorded over 200 albums together. She was married 4 times, with her 4th husband being Roy Rogers. Dale Evans passed away on February 7th, 2001. Now, their life together. Roy and Dale were not only partners on screen, but also in life. They adopted several children and were known for their charitable work, especially with children's hospitals and orphanages. They co-starred in 29 movies and were beloved by fans for their wholesome, family-friendly image. Their love story and partnership was celebrated in various books and documentaries, highlighting their influence on American culture and entertainment. Now, thanks to Mike Ungerman for his suggestion for today's focus. Now, here are Roy and Dale from 1978 with a song I'm pretty sure everyone has heard before and probably know all the words, Happy Trails. And again, Copilot Pro helped me with this presentation. And thanks again to Mike Ungerman for that good suggestion.
Yes, indeed. It's that's going back. I remember listening to that and watching their show when I was a little kid. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Well done. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, and thank you, Ray, for doing that. We are going to move now into our Q&A. I want to say, if you have to take off and leave us, don't forget that we have our premiere version coming up at hour. Hewie's going to be talking on wiping and restoring your PC. I'm going to talk about purchase considerations of a Mac. And Bob's going to talk about all those sounds, beep, 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 that your computer makes and let you know what they all mean, because it's important. You shouldn't, if your computer's making sounds, it's talking to you. You got to know what it's saying. So that's all coming up at hour. Thank you. And I want to thank everyone for coming today. If you have to leave. Let's go with Edward first. Edward, do you have what question do you have?
I'm just making a statement. When I was 16 or so, I worked at Roy Rogers' burger place.
Oh, wow. Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Did you ever meet him?
No, I didn't meet him, but I had the cowboy hat and the bandana and stuff, and I was flipping burgers up. It's the double R bar burger is the best one, man.
Very nice.
Now, are they still around, or is that?
I don't know.
No. Bob's shaking his head. No, I guess
unfortunately not.
Oh, well, okay.
Also had some restaurants, and they were very good.
Ah, okay. Very good.
All right.
Thanks.
I never met Roy, but he stuffed Trigger and his dog, and I can't remember the dog's name. He stuffed Bullet, and both of them tour. And I went to an AARP convention, and they were both there, and I have a picture of me in front of the two of them, the stuffed animals.
Wow.
All right, go ahead.
You're muted, Eric.
You're muted, Eric.
Sorry, I was muted. Couple of quick questions. I think it was to Bob about the password manager. You gave a very good overview, was helpful. But what about if I was going to get a password manager and at some point want to close it and go to another one? Does one have to delete stuff on the old one, etc., etc.? Second quick question, how do we apply it to existing accounts? I presume we use our existing password to get into, like your phone, telephone account or whatever, and then enter, how do we get it, that into existing accounts? And the final quick question, hopefully they're not too long. Whether one, if what does it matter which password manager you choose on whether you use cloud storage only or storing most of your documents on your PC, for example? Thank you.
Okay, let me see. Start off with the first one. You can back up your information from your old password manager and then import it to the new password manager. And after you've done the import, make sure you get rid of the file because you don't want it on your computer. But it's very easy to do, to change from one to another. As far as using it on different devices, these password managers, the ones I talked about, they're available on all your devices, on all your operating systems. So they're, no matter what device you're using, you'll have access to your password managers or to your passwords. I personally don't want my passwords on my device. That's not, to me, unless it's in a secured file, that's not a place where I want my passwords because they're too easily hacked. So I'm very happy with the fact that mine are out on the cloud.
Is that answer? Eric, did that answer all your questions?
Yeah, it wasn't so much storing the password itself on your PC, it was the folders, your information, rather than storing most of it in the cloud, and you store it instead on your PC. Assume the type of password manager wouldn't matter.
No, they're stored in the cloud and they're stored securely, fully encrypted in the cloud. The only one that can access them is you.
Yeah, thank you.
Having used a number of them, Eric, I will tell you it's very easy usually to export the file, as Bob said, and then just import it to the new password manager. It really is really simple to
See,
do.
I have a video on my YouTube channel that shows you exactly how to take and get rid of one and install another one. I have to go looking for it, but
yeah. Then the other question was around, if you're starting a new password manager and you with your old existing various accounts, utility bills and so on. So I go into my utility company with my old password, and then what is the method to get the password manager to start, to basically erase the old password for that account and start using a new one?
before you get rid of your old one, you would export your passwords. Then you would set up the new one and you would import those passwords. Then you get rid of the old password manager and the file that you put on your computer where you had exported them. And that's the end of the old one, and that you no longer have those passwords on your computer where somebody else can get to it, and you have imported them to the new one. So the new one now has all the passwords that the old one used to have.
Sorry, Bob, I didn't mean to, that's not quite what I meant. I don't have a password manager currently. I keep a paper record. I have a little, sheet where I have my passwords.
Then the first time you need to use the password, you will have to put it in.
Yes. And then
once you've done it, then it remembers it from then on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
It'll come up and prompt you if you want to save your credentials to your vault.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bob, I have a question for you. As you know, I switched to Bitwarden from LastPass, and generally I'm happy with it. It seems to be working fine. One of the things that I was wondering about, though, is what happens for I thought they had a two-factor authentication manager and vault where it stores your two-factor authentication codes. And it was just never quite figured that out yet. And I'm just looking at there is a paid version of Bitwarden. Now, I'm trying to figure this out, that it says when I asked Gemini, I said, what's the difference between the paid and non-paid version? And one of them is, of course, the two-factor authentication and generating the codes and storing the codes, and having a second, actually, Bitwarden password, a Bitwarden 2FA manager. And this is part of the paid version. Is this correct then? There's a paid and non-paid version of Bitwarden.
That's correct. Bitwarden has both a paid and a free version.
Right. So
And
if you
there are limitations in the free version.
Right. And so if you wanted to use and store your two-factor authentication codes, then
Not
you'd probably
two-factor. You're talking not two-factor codes. You're talking about your passcodes.
No, I'm talking about two-factor authentication codes. Like I use a software now called Authy, and Authy actually generates the codes. And I want to get rid of Authy. I want to because of problems I'm having with it, and I wanted to go and choose my next one. And I'm using Bitwarden, so wouldn't it just be a logical one to use the Bitwarden two-factor authentication? But I couldn't find it, and it wasn't in the free version. So I'm looking and saying, oh, okay, so it is $10 a year to get the premium version, and that is part of the premium version then.
Yeah, and it has one of the lowest costs for the paid version.
Yeah,
of all of them.
Okay, just to let everyone know that that is a feature then with Bitwarden, which is $10 a year isn't much. So I think that's probably the way I'm going to go. All right, Hewie, you had a question?
I had a question, just a comment on the password managers. I've been using one called eWallet from 𝕿𝕉𝕉. I've been using it, and I always people laugh when I tell them I've been using it since I had what do you call it? The old oh gosh, now I've lost the name of it. But it was over 20 years ago. And when a Palm Pilot, and when I moved to they came out with a PC version, I went with the PC version. I had to purchase that, but I only had to purchase it once. But then when I got an iPad, I had to purchase that version. And then when I got an Android phone, I had to purchase that version. But I own all of them now. They're not expensive, and it was a one-time purchase. But now what it does is I keep the master file in a small file on one of the cloud services, but you can put it almost on any of them. And then whenever I open up the one on my PC, for instance, it goes out, and if it can connect to it, it will pick up that version and sync and make sure that they're both the same. So it's got a copy on each of the devices as well as the one in the cloud, and it syncs every time you open it or close it. If you've made changes. And I love it. I've been using it. The problem I have is I can't really export it to something else because I've got a lot of notes in there, and it will remember the password or remembers the link and so on, but it doesn't pick up all of the notes I've added, and those include keys to software and so on. So I can't really do the export and then import very well. So I've stuck with it.
Okay, thanks, Hewie. Neil, go ahead.
I have a question about, is there anything negative about using the password protection in, say, Firefox or any of the other browsers?
The way it used to be, because they're fully encrypted, they use 256-bit encryption just as they do in the password managers. So, you know, the old adage of don't ever allow your browser to save your passwords, that's no longer the case. Not with the major browsers.
Okay, so essentially I have a password manager in my browser, and I have a password for that password manager.
Correct.
The other advantage, Neil, is in multiple devices. If you're using Firefox with multiple devices, then all your passwords are synced into all the different devices, right? Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but that may be.
Mm-hmm.
If
Thank you.
sync is turned on in Firefox, then sync is turned on regardless of the device, as long as you're using Firefox.
If I've synced it, and I'm not sure I've synced it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Ray a question about Roy Rogers. Were all the Dale Evans the same one, or were the multiple wives different Dale Evans?
I'm pretty sure there was only one Dale Evans, and they as a do when they married. But you're right. I was surprised when I read that both of them had multiple spouses.
Yeah, I remember in grade school I had a stick horse, and I had all that Royal Rogers stuff hanging from my stick horse. I was probably in 5th grade, I think. And
There's actually a community in Arizona where all the streets and everything in it is named after Roy Rogers, Dale Evans, the horse, so on and so forth. Everything is related to the Roy Rogers and Dale Evans show.
We had Trigger, Buttermilk. The dog was Bullet. The Jeep was Nellie Bell.
yeah, I was just enamored by him, and he was somebody I aspired to be. Of course, I never really wanted a horse, though.
I was more of a Hopalong Cassidy guy myself.
I was also.
Thank you.
Well, excellent. Thanks so much. Any more questions? All right. I want to thank everyone for coming today. Thank you so much. I want to thank all our presenters. What a great show today. Thank you, Hewie, for a wonderful presentation, and look forward to sitting back and relaxing next week as you take over the reins.
Yep.
Then we'll have thank you, Bob, for your great talk. And I'm interested. I hope everyone listens to the computer sounds. I thought that was a really good video on what sounds your computer makes. And Bill James, I do like your accent. I think I think don't change a thing. I really like it. I like
another one coming in a few weeks.
Yeah, that's good. And thanks so much again. Always a great music outro and a good talk today as well. It's interesting how we're all relying more and more on AI, though, isn't it? So anyway, and don't forget, we'll see everyone on Thursday. Come and see us this Thursday. Listen to us on Thursday morning. We'll be going over all the tech news of the week, all the new things that have happened this week. And then, of course, we'll be back next Monday, same time, same place, to do it all over again. Have a great week. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.